Sometimes, the shadows you see on the road aren't human. They stop you, and then start walking alongside you. But if you ever let them in, you may never reach your destination. Michael was an ordinary truck driver. His job was to deliver goods across the country. That night, around 1:00 a.m., he was hauling a load of wheat sacks on Highway 50, driving from Kansas toward Colorado. The highway was wrapped in a thin blanket of fog. His headlights cut through the mist, and the only sound was the steady rumble of the engine and the tires against the asphalt. Michael was exhausted, but he had a delivery deadline to meet. Suddenly, on the side of the road, he saw a woman in a white dress. Her long hair hung loose, her head tilted down, face hidden. Michael's heart skipped a beat. What the hell is a woman doing out here, at this time, in the middle of nowhere? He slowed down, then pressed harder on the accelerator, deciding not to stop. For a moment, relief washed over him. But 5 miles later, she was there again, standing by the road. Michael's blood froze. That's impossible. I left her behind. He stared straight ahead and didn't stop. About half an hour later, he spotted an old woman with a cane, waving at him. She looked frail, innocent. His heart softened. He pulled over and asked, "Ma'am, where do you need to go?" The old woman smiled and said, "Just a little further, son. I can't walk alone at night." Michael sighed, nodded, and opened the door. The woman climbed into the truck. They chatted for a while. She said, "You're a good man, son. These days, not many people stop to help." Michael smiled. But then she whispered, "Now, let me out here." He looked around. The truck had stopped beside a dark forest with no lights, no houses, nothing but blackness. Without arguing, he let her out. She slowly disappeared into the trees. Michael drove on, uneasy. A few seconds later, he glanced at the side mirror, and his stomach dropped. Behind the truck, the woman in white was standing. And beside her, the old woman. Both of them were smiling, an inhuman, terrifying grin. Michael's throat went dry. He slammed the gas pedal. The truck roared forward at 80, then 90 miles per hour, but when he checked the mirror again, they were running alongside the truck, faces twisted, eyes glowing red, mouths dripping with blood. Their feet didn't even touch the ground. Shaking, Michael reached for the mirror to close it, and felt someone sitting in the cabin behind him. Slowly, with his heart hammering, he looked in the rear-view mirror. The old woman was right there. But her face was now blackened, rotting, blood pouring from her eyes. She leaned closer and whispered, "Where do you think you're going, son?" Michael screamed and slammed the brakes. When he turned, the seat was empty. He tried to restart the truck, but the engine only clicked. Toog, toog, toog. Sweat dripped down his forehead. He was stranded in the middle of that empty forest road. Then, a woman's laughter echoed outside his window. Michael peeked out, and froze. The woman in white was standing there. But her arms had torn off her body and were crawling on the ground like snakes, slowly wrapping toward his truck tires. Michael jumped back in terror. His heart pounded so hard he thought it would burst. Suddenly, the truck's radio turned on by itself. An old 1950s song played, "I'm a drifter. Just a lonely drifter." Michael's eyes widened. He tried to shut it off, but the volume only grew louder. Then the song cut to a deep, demonic voice, "I warned you not to stop. Now you won't survive." Michael ripped the radio out, but outside, more shadows gathered. One by one, 8 to 10 women appeared on the road. Some had no heads, some no arms or legs. Their dresses were soaked in blood. They formed a circle and began to dance, screaming and laughing. Michael whispered the Lord's Prayer, shaking uncontrollably. Suddenly, the truck engine roared to life on its own. The steering wheel spun, the gears shifted, and the truck began moving forward, without him touching it. The brakes were stiff as stone. He had lost control. Terrified, Michael turned, and saw the woman in white sitting right next to him. Half her face was decayed, her eyes bleeding, her smile unnatural. Michael shrieked, flung the door open, and jumped out. He tumbled onto the road, knees bleeding, hands torn, but he didn't stop. He ran into the woods, deeper and deeper. From all sides, he heard whispers, "Don't run. We're right here with you." Finally, after half an hour of stumbling through darkness, he saw light. Another truck was parked by the road. Michael banged on the door. The driver rolled the window down. "Hey, man, what's wrong?" Michael gasped. Please help me. They're after me." The driver frowned. "Who?" "There's nobody here." Michael turned around. The road was empty, but when he glanced at the truck's side mirror, his soul almost left his body. Behind him stood the old woman and the girl in white, both grinning, both laughing a horrible laugh. From that night on, Michael never took that route again. For weeks, he was bedridden, haunted by fever and nightmares. And even today, whenever he remembers that night, his blood runs cold. So tell me, do you think those women were restless spirits, cursed to wander that highway? Or was it all part of a much darker story, still untold? Have you ever had a terrifying experience on a lonely road? If yes, share it in the comments. And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe for the next chilling story. Until then, good night. And remember, sometimes, shadows are alive.